Hey guys, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And if this is your first time here, I want to thank you for checking out my channel. Obviously, it's a movie channel, so everything I talk about here is movie related. I do reviews, collection updates, top 10 lists, and videos like the one I'm doing today that I upload every Wednesday called Weekend Watch. This is the segment where I give you guys a few suggestions for Blu-rays and rentals to watch at home, as well as some options for people who want to head out and see a movie in the theater. So if this sounds like the type of content you're into, definitely hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you know when I upload my videos. Now, before I get to my picks of the week for this week, I just wanted to answer a question that I've gotten quite a few times since I uploaded my Steelbook collection series, and that is where to get these. And what these are the bags that I keep my Steelbooks in. And they're also big enough to hold Blu-rays with a slipcover or DVDs if you're still collecting DVDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link right in the description. It's an Amazon link, so it'll take you right to the page in Amazon, and you can get your shop on. But anyway, these are great. They're affordable, they're reusable, resealable, and you can open and close them, like take the movie out a whole bunch of times before you'll ever have to replace the bag. And this is a pack of 100. I usually get 2 at a time, and they last me a really long time. So yeah, I highly recommend these, and like I said, I've been using them for a long time. I've never had a problem. So definitely recommend these if you're into that sort of thing. So, question answered. Now on to my picks of the week. My first one is Thoroughbreds, starring Olivia Cooke, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Anton Yelchin in his final film appearance before his untimely death. And to give you a quick synopsis of this movie without any spoilers, we have our two main characters, Lily and Amanda, who have been friends since they were young girls. They are now seniors in high school, but they have been estranged for quite some time. We're not sure how many years, but it seems like it's been a while. Until Lily is hired by Amanda's mother to tutor her for the SATs. So now they're kind of put together in this awkward situation where they're having these conversations. They really don't know where to start, because it's obviously been a long time since they've actually sat face to face. But Lily does confess at one point that she kind of backed away from the friendship because Amanda's behavior started to become somewhat off-putting, and it kind of freaked her out. So that was her reasoning for why they haven't talked. And then Amanda confesses to her that she has been diagnosed with some sort of ill-defined personality disorder. They're not really sure what it is. It's either antisocial, borderline, some kind of personality disorder. But the crux of it is that she feels no emotions. And she even goes so far as to show Lily how she can cry on cue, and she teaches Lily to do the same. So now we have our story about, you know, what's gone on and what's gone on with these two young ladies since they've last spoken. And Lily lives with her mother and stepfather, who are very well off. And it becomes quickly apparent that Lily's relationship with her stepfather is extremely strained. They're just not on good terms. We're not sure why. We never really find out why. But Amanda is very quick to call her out on it. She's like, "You hate him." And Lily kind of blows it off. And then Amanda comes back with, "You know, have you ever thought of just killing him? Just like it's nothing. Like, you know, you ever want to buy him a sandwich? Well, you know, you ever want to kill him?" And now we have our movie. So that's the crux of the movie. And this movie was written and directed by Corey Finley, who really is a playwright. This was his first major motion picture that he directed, and this movie very much feels like a play, so that should come as no surprise considering his background. And we have very few settings. Most of it takes place in the home of Lily, and very few characters. It pretty much focuses on the two main girls, the young ladies. We have the stepfather coming in and out, her mom once in a while, Anton Yelchin's character, and then there's one scene, I think, at a party where Lily talks to a few friends, and that's about it. I mean, it's a very small cast, and it really becomes a character study about the two girls, because now what their conversations center around is what they're going to do about this stepfather, how they're going to do it, and we really get the feeling that we as the audience are coming in on conversations that we're not really supposed to be hearing. And how that's done is by the creative camera work that Corey Finley uses. I mean, he does overhead shots around the corner. He kind of comes up on them from behind while they're talking on the couch. And it's almost like it gives you that, like, if you were a fly on the wall type of feeling, because you're really getting a unique perspective based on his camera work, and you're finding out, you know, what these girls are planning. So that was really creative. And he also makes really good use of sound. And one sound in particular involves a piece of exercise equipment, which I guess they compare it to a rowing machine, but you never actually see it. But you do hear it, so you hear that rhythmic sound typical of like a rowing machine. And that absolutely drives Lily crazy every time her stepfather is using it. And it also plays a very pivotal role in something that happens in the third act. But without getting too much into this, what I can say is that this definitely is a darker film, but it also has some dark comedy moments. There's a lot of, you know, funny things that are said that you may miss the first time around, but you'll definitely pick it up the second time around. And it really is a character study about these girls who start out thinking that they're really, really different, but by the end of the movie, they kind of realize that they are two sides of the same coin. And I guess my big beef with this movie would be, if I had to have one, would be the runtime is only about 90 minutes, and what I would have liked to have seen is the ending for me felt a little bit anticlimactic. Because I feel like we kind of go from point A to point D, but we skip B and C. So I would have liked to have seen a little more substance in the ending, just to give us a little more of a well-rounded, fulfilling ending to the story. So that would be my big critique with this one. But other than that, I see high rewatchability, because I really think once you know the story, every time you watch this, you're going to pick up on something new. And the dialogue is so heavy and fast that I think every time you watch it, you're going to pick up on something new, especially the comedic moments. So yeah, I would definitely say Thoroughbreds is a safe buy. If you want to rent it the first time out, go ahead. But I mean, I think it's a safe blind buy, because I know I'm looking forward to watching it again and revisiting it and seeing, you know, what I didn't pick up on the first time. But yeah, really good one, so check it out. And my second pick was actually 2011 Academy Award winner for Best Foreign Language Film, and it's called A Separation. And this one takes place in modern-day Iran. We have a couple, and the wife wants a divorce because she wants to take their daughter. They have one daughter. She wants to take the daughter and leave Iran. The husband will not consent to the divorce because he cannot leave Iran because his father is sick with Alzheimer's, and he is committed to taking care of his father. So the interesting thing about this is, I mean, there's a lot of interesting things about it, but number one, it's interesting to see how the family court system works in Iran and other countries, because what they need is the only way they can be granted a divorce is if they are in agreement, if they both consent to the divorce. So since he can't leave and he can't consent to the divorce, or he won't consent to the divorce, the wife is told by the judge, you know, well, go back and live your life, and if circumstances change or if things change, come back. So she goes to live with her family, and the husband goes back to live in the home to take care of his father, and their daughter chooses to live with her father. So because his wife is no longer in the home, he hires a woman to come in and help take care of his father while he's gone, while his daughter's at school and he's at work for the day. He comes home one day to find that she has left his father alone in the home, and not only left him alone, but she tied him to the bed so that he would not roam out of the house. And he is in bad shape, and needless to say, his son is furious. He's irate. She shows up, he accuses her of abusing him, of leaving him, he accuses her of stealing money, and he just tells her, you know, get out of my house, get out of my house. He's pushing her towards the door. He's not rough with her, but he is pushing her, he's guiding her out the door. So he gets rid of her, and the next thing he knows, he is being charged with the murder of her unborn child, because she claims that he threw her out the door, causing her to slip and fall down a flight of stairs and cause her to miscarriage. So this is our story. The story is he is trying to prove his innocence, while her and her husband are trying to prove his guilt. And we also get a look into how the police system and the judicial system and everything works over there. It's very different from what we have here in the United States. But the thing that I found most interesting about this movie was the relationship between the son and the father. It was so touching and so moving, and it required no dialogue. But that was really insightful, and I really recommend seeing this. It is a little bit dialogue heavy, but I really think it's worth it, and it is so deserving of the Oscar that it won, A Separation. I can't recommend it enough. I know you can stream it in a few places. I picked this up on Amazon, but either way, stream it, buy it. Just make sure you see it because it's a really, really good one. And my last one should come as no surprise. This is the very first movie I ever reviewed on this channel. Love, Simon is now available on 4K and Blu-ray. So yes, of course, as I told you when I reviewed it, I went out and bought my copy. And if you want to see me really nervous and yammering on, I'll post a link to my review right up here. And you can get a good laugh because I think it's a little cringeworthy. But if you don't know about Love, Simon, there's not much I can say that hasn't already been said. It is a coming-of-age story, and our main character, Simon, is a senior in high school. He has a great relationship with his parents. He gets along with his sister. He's got a great group of friends, and his struggle is that he wants to let them know that he is gay. And really, it's a really enjoyable movie. It's easy to watch. It's considered, they wrote it right on the back here, genuine groundbreaker. And I think what we're going to come to find down the road is that this is a movie that is a conversation starter. And I think that that's what's really important about it. It definitely plays to a younger audience because it is based on a young adult novel. So it's pretty appropriate for, it's a PG-13. So it's appropriate for pretty much all audiences. It's a very clean movie. I mean, I've never seen seniors in high school that curse less. I think there was one F-bomb through the whole thing. So it really, nothing crazy happens in this movie. It's a pretty appropriate movie, and like I said, playing to that younger audience, that younger demographic. But yeah, definitely go out, even if you've seen this in the theaters, go out and grab a copy because we want to support this movie as much as possible because these are really, really important movies for everyone to see. And yeah, Love, Simon, can't recommend it enough. So, those are my picks for home, and as for the theater, Hereditary is still terrorizing audience members everywhere. It's doing really well. It's up at, like, I think 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Won't You Be My Neighbor, the documentary about Fred Rogers, is still out in the theaters. It's doing well, being well received also. And Adrift is still floating around out there, And we also have Upgrade. Upgrade is still doing well, and it's still out there in the theater. So those are still around. And then as far as new releases this week, we have The Incredibles 2 coming out, which should be awesome because, I mean, we all love The Incredibles, right? Who doesn't love The Incredibles? So that one looks to be good. And then a movie that I actually just bought my tickets for Saturday night is called Tag. And Tag is based on a true story of a group of friends who have been playing the same game of tag for the month of May for 30 years. And it looks to be a really good time. The cast is great. The trailer looks really good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you've seen the trailer, let me know what you think in the comments because I think it looks like it's going to be great. And I can't wait to see it. So those are my picks for this week. And hopefully between home and theater, you guys will find something that you like. And before I go, I just want to let you guys know that we have the Facebook group up and running, and we're having a really great time. We have a nice group of people over there, so I'm going to link that. Come over and join us. I'm going to link that in the description. I'm also going to link my friend Juan from Popcorn Flicks. He's also my co-host in the Facebook group. I'm going to link his YouTube channel. Go over, check him out, give him a sub. He's an awesome guy. He's a nice guy. He does a lot of content about Netflix. He does movie news. He shows you his hauls and his collections. And he's just an all-around great guy. So definitely check out Juan. Check out our Facebook group. My Instagram is going to be linked down there. Everything you need is going to be in the description. And the shopping link for the bags. So I want to thank you guys as always for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, and hit that bell notification. I'm going to upload again real soon. But until then, that's a wrap.